Come on, go live already. What's going on here? Should have went live already.
I think we are. Are we? I don't know.
Are we live? We're live. We are live.
Yeah. Okay.
How's it going, my man?
I'm doing just well. And you?
Uh, rough day, but I'll survive.
Hmm.
Like they got me
Yeah.
walking all over the place to these appointments, and it's not good for me. And I'm waiting for all these places to approve me for these disability scooters, but so far no luck.
Ah. Mm.
So, welcome everybody that has joined the stream. We are live today with Jay's Edits. Everybody,
Hello,
welcome, Jay.
everybody.
Why is this loading like that? Yeah, Lego Bilbo. We just have to make a date for it. But I'm trying to figure out if people can hear us or not. Weird.
Very weird.
Very, very laggy, they're saying. But can they hear us? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Oh, yep. They can hear us.
Okay.
Oh, Lego Buildo wants you to join a stream that is happening in an hour. Huh.
Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to do that, Lego Bilbo. Usually need time to set up, and like I just said, I had a very long day, and I didn't want it to be a long day, but
Nobody
that's
wants
what
it
it
to.
is.
Huh.
So yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So what have you been building?
Well, I have some sets that I need to rebuild. I have some instructions for them, but I need to go through my bin, get all the parts out, and just get everything rebuilt. But haven't had the time for it recently, so
Yeah, school's probably busy, right?
very, very busy. I've running on like 3 hours of sleep right now. So
Wow. Well,
yeah,
at least you're doing something that's gonna at least help the world. There's so many people that just don't do anything to help the world anymore.
yeah, that is
Like
true. Yes,
like
I'm just
every teacher that I've met has been doing it just for the vacation and the dollars. It's like they don't even give a crap what they're teaching our kids or how they're learning or if they're learning.
yeah. Luckily, I have some pretty passionate professors. I've been, I'm just dedicated to what I'm doing, and a lot of people just have been supporting me on it, and that's, just great for me. It's awesome. You don't have to give us money, Anthony. At $100, Jesus.
It's a bot.
Oh, I was about to say, wow,
Yeah.
but
I just ignore them and let the moderators take care of them because I get one at least once a week now. Hey, I'll give you $100. I'll give you $500 million. I'll give you $1 million. No,
Jesus
get out
Christ.
of here. Like
Yeah,
this ain't what the channel's about, anyways. So,
definitely not.
like, look, Duck says my teacher is really rude.
Really
Well, yeah,
rude.
yeah. Like I don't know what's going on with the school system anymore, man. Because like kids don't know anything nowadays.
They
Like I don't know. You should be able to cook an egg by yourself at 10 years old. That's just my
yeah,
opinion. But you should
yeah.
be able to cook an egg by yourself, and they don't even know how to crack the egg.
When I was in high school, they had a culinary class too. So I
Yeah,
mean, they actually used to teach them, but just the school system in general now hasn't been the same. It's not what it used to be.
definitely not. And people are suffering because, it's like they're telling these kids, oh, it's okay to live in your own little world, and your own little world's the only one that matters. But guess
Exactly.
what?
Yep.
Your little world don't matter at all in the real world.
No, it
Not
doesn't.
even a little bit.
No, it does not. You will figure that out very fast if that's the attitude you have.
Like if you know what, I would have rather to be in first day of kindergarten and a teacher look at me and say, your feelings don't matter here. Nothing
Ooh, yeah.
matters here. The only people that care about your feelings is you and maybe the people that love you. But that's about it. So get your shit together, get straight, learn what you need to learn, get out of here and start a life and find more people to care about your feelings because, they really don't. They don't care, you know.
Oop.
What's up, eternity?
Hello, eternity. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in.
We got to get eternity on here too.
He's a busy guy though. He streams a lot.
Oh, I know he does. I know he does. But he needs to have some therapy.
Yes, we all do, don't we?
Yeah, like um oh, he's on his way to a fancy dinner. But
Oh,
yeah, like
wow.
he gets it pretty bad in his chat sometimes. Like
Yeah,
I watch sometimes and it's like, oh brother, just delete them, get them out, and he gives them so many chances. He's a nice guy, but he's gotta take these people and say, you know what, enough's enough. You're ruining the vibe of my whole stream,
yep,
right?
yep,
Like even
yes,
if you ban them for 24 hours, at least they're out of there. You're not worrying about them no more, and you can enjoy your stream with everybody else.
exactly. Yeah,
So you're in university, right?
yes.
Are you on campus or do you live around there?
I live around. I don't live on campus, but um, I come home after the day is over for me, so I do not live on campus.
All right,
It
that's good
is
though.
a community college, so no, I do not.
Yeah. All I know is I joined. We had this culinary program in high school, and the deal
Mhm,
was if you stayed 7 years and split up your classes and took the college courses for becoming a chef or a baker, depending on what you were doing. You could have
mhm,
did both too. Um, that you would graduate with your chef papers, which sounds awesome in your head when you're young and you want to start a career right out of high school, right?
mhm.
Well, it, in my graduating year, and just think about this, it's hard. It was already hard enough being 2 years older than everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, we had to share lockers. And it just happens to be that I shared a locker with a guy named Michael too.
Oh wow.
So this guy decided to take our lock and throw it through the vice principal's car.
Oh.
And he already left, right?
Mhm,
He, he left the school grounds. So I'm taking my exam and the principal comes to the door. The principal never comes to the door,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
And says, we need to talk to Michael. So I'm like, okay, can I finish my exam? And he's like, no. And I'm like, oh man. what's go what's going on here? What's going on? I get in the
Mhm.
office, and of course, there's witnesses saying that I did it, which is impossible because I was writing an exam.
Exactly.
But I still got the blame for it. And they told me that none of my exams count and I have to come back to school again for another year. That would have meant I was 3 years older than everybody else in high school.
Hmm.
And there's no way I was going to be 20 years old in high school. So I was like, no. And at that time, I was already working as a tattoo artist and
uh,
making good money. So, I was like, no, I'm done. I threw away the chef dreams over like within a minute and just said screw it and I started life.
you know what? At least you were doing something you're happy with now.
Yeah.
That is terrible. They blame that on you, though. That is not. Yeah, that's not cool.
Well, it was also because of this. I was the only guy in school with tattoos all over my arms, right? Hey, little Lego. Um, but it's like they were gunning for me already. You
Did
know.
they have cameras or anything? Or
Oh no, there was no cameras back then, man. None.
wow,
In the '90s, there was no cameras, man. They didn't get cameras probably until about 5 years ago in our schools.
wow.
Like Canada, okay, listen, Canada, we're a bunch of brawlers. We fight, right? But we
Mm,
don't put people in the hospital. We can if we wanted to, but we don't usually do that, right?
yeah,
And we don't go around shooting people or stabbing people and stuff like that here in Canada. We just fight, right? It,
yeah.
it's it, it's part of our culture where it's like this. If me and my best friend got in an argument, we'd fight it out. And by the next day, we were best friends again. We didn't give a shit about the argument.
Oh
That's what it's
wow.
like. And you know, it's better than killing each other. It's better than over stupid stuff. Because look how many people kill each other in the states over stupid stuff.
Yeah, it's
Like,
sad state of things right now. People are just so aggressive. They don't. It's just everything has just been so crime filled. The world. It's hard to live in for
well, yeah,
younger people.
well, especially because they're so uneducated about the real world, right?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
I can honestly say 90% of everything that I learned in school meant absolutely nothing to me in the real world.
Hmm.
Why don't you teach me how to make money? Straight up. Teach me how to make money. Teach me how to cook, how to clean, how to be proper to other people. Teach me all that kind of stuff, right? Don't don't
Exactly.
teach me don't teach me about history across the damn world that I don't need to know because I don't live there. I don't plan on going there. Like, in in Canadian history, we learn everything. We don't just learn Canada's history. We learn
Hmm.
everybody's history. And it's like,
Hmm.
why? Like, you're giving me knowledge that will never I'll never use in practice in my life. Ever.
I
Like,
didn't even learn how to write in cursive until I was in fourth grade. That's how
yep.
much they. That's how much they just don't. They don't teach anymore.
Well, apparently they're bringing it back.
Ah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. But, the education that these kids are getting right now is a quarter of what I got. And when I was in high school, I was getting half of what my parents were getting. So, like,
Hmm.
why is it going down? We have all this technology that's supposed to be making us smarter and life easier. It should be going up. School should be harder, not
Hmm.
not easier. And like, I'm sorry, this started happening after I graduated high school, but everybody started getting medals for participation,
Hmm.
and there was no winners or losers. And I'm like, you need winners and losers in life because if you lose, that makes you drive harder to be a winner. If you're a winner all the time, that makes you want to stay a winner all the time. If you're just getting participation stuff all the time and you feel like you're a winner when you're really not, what is it going to teach you when you walk out that door and you have to
Absolutely
go live
nothing.
life.
Because in life, that is not how it's going to work. There is no winners or losers.
Yeah.
And it's just kids now just get medals for participating. And
Yeah.
it's sad because they're not taught that that's just not how that works. You don't get a medal for participating. You got to
Like,
put in the effort.
yeah, like, I hear people say all the time, oh, sports has changed and everything is different. Well, you know what? I would put my money on any hockey player from the 80s over anybody that's playing hockey right now. They
Hmm.
had passion and drive and determination and skill. And if they failed and lost, they were even harder the next game. It's like these guys just go out there and skate on the ice. It's like, what are you guys doing? You know,
Exactly. Yep.
like being a winner, being a loser matters in life because you have to beat all that. Or you have to keep it up, right? So why don't they just say 1 + 1 = 2?
Oh, I understand that, little Lego. When they started adding letters to math, that was just I lost. I got lost there, but
Algebra, yeah, horrible.
I was
Unless you're
not a
going to
fan of
become an
algebra.
architect, you don't need that. Unless you're going to become
Exactly.
a contractor, you don't need that. Like none of that stuff you will ever need. Okay. And not to mention, you could just say, hey, something that starts with a G, what's this times this? And it'll tell you, like,
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not a fan of algebra at all. I did not like that. I did not
no.
like algebra.
But they don't even teach stuff like poetry or music unless you demand for it, right? Like it's all taken away. It's like,
Yeah.
what have these kids got left? What are you inspiring them to be? Zombies on their phones? Because that's what they are. Like, they don't even talk to each other when they're sitting next to each other. They're just texting back and forth to each other.
Hmm.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. But I am a very communicative person though, so I do like talking to people other than just on my phone. But like you
Yep,
said in your one stream, I don't like texting. I prefer to call. I
that's
would
right.
just rather call somebody and talk to them face to face, you know.
Like, who in this world don't have Skype or even Google Chat? You know what I mean? Like, come on. They both have phone functions. You don't have to do video. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
can just talk. Talk is fine. Everything changed since the pandemic. Yes, Jesus loves everybody. Sure.
Yes. A
See,
lot did change. A lot
I
did change
honestly,
in the pandemic.
yeah, but like, I honestly think they should do this, and I thought they should do this when I was even going to church on a regular basis. I thought this was because I already knew about world history and stuff like that from like the stories in books and the movies that I watched when I was a child. That religion is toxic and poison when it's a group thing because now you have a group that has an opinion and another group that has another opinion and they're going to fight over the same god as every other person has. And for what? Because of different opinions. So I always said, if they taught etiquette in school like they teach religion, the world would be a better place. And if we took religion and made it only for your home, because God's in your heart. He's not in a building. He's not with other people. He's in your heart. He's nowhere else. You know what I mean? Like it should be practiced in your home with your family. That should be a
Yeah.
family thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It couldn't be, I'm going to go to this place, give them a lot of money so that they can fund wars other places. What
Yeah.
for?
Mother-in-law always closed my face. Yeah, I don't. I get that little ago.
Yeah, My mom's funny on those things too, and I always say to her, "I'm your son. You call me. Don't message me. I'm your
M
son."
my mom prefers to text, but I can't stand it because my dad prefers to call. So it's like, I know which one is calling or texting all the time.
Yep. If it's a text, it's mom. If it's called, it's dad.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. I've told my mom so many times, just call me. There's a better chance I'm gonna answer your call than your text.
See, my problem is this: when I have to text somebody, it gets out of content really quickly, really fast,
Yeah.
and then I got to spend an hour texting about how that's not what I meant to say. That's not how I said it. You know, and they can't
Yeah.
put two and two together, right? And you
Mhm.
can't joke in a text. Like when I put LOL at the end, that means I'm trying to be funny, right? And
Mhm.
people still don't get that. They're like, "Oh, you're being mean." It was a joke. Calm down, relax.
My mom doesn't understand the slang, but my dad does, so it's always hard when I'm trying to text her because I'm I'm still a teenager. I'm 19. I will use slang,
That's reasonable. We all use slang.
but my mom just does not understand a lot of it, so it's so hard.
Yep. All right, little Bildo, our Lego Bildo. Sorry, got so many Legos and littles and Legos and littles all over the place.
Yeah.
And next time you got to give me some days in between there, buddy, and let me know when you want me to come on your stream. I'll come on your stream, but you got to let me know. I can't just do it in a day's time. Subway dude, you got punched at school today?
Oh.
What happened, Subway? And again, I got to remind everybody, if you are not an adult and you're on here, just remember this is always going to be an adult channel. Okay, so okay, I'm confused. He says now I didn't want you on my live. I don't get
Yeah.
it.
I
I thought
I
he said
don't
he
know.
wanted me on his live. Did he not just say that?
He did say that.
Okay, like I thought I'm going crazy here. What's going on?
I heard. What happened, Subway? What?
Yeah, like we're all waiting for you on the subway.
I'm confused.
I gotta admit this. Anytime I was ever in a fight in my life, I liked it when they hit me because it just make me hit them even more harder.
Hmm. I'm not much of a fighter, though. I don't like to fight.
Well, see, for me, it's not violence. Okay, like people say, "Oh, fighting's violence" and all that, and blah 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 blah. But if you grew up with it, it's a part of life. It's like you know a wrestling match or something like that, right?
Hmm.
Who punched you, Subway? Bricky, what's up?
Oh wow, cool. 8 years of boxing. Jeez, some eighth grader. Are you okay, Subway?
Man, Subway goes through a lot, bro. I wish I could just shrink my age and just go kick someone's ass because, like, that's the honest truth. I've always been after bullies.
Hmm.
Like, I've stuck up for so many people in my life. It's not even funny.
Hmm.
I'm too chill to fight. That's good though. You
That
don't have to
very
fight.
good. No,
Little
you
Legos, I'm
don't.
a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, but look, man, there's bullies all over the place. And I can't stand when people pick on somebody because they're different because I've been different my whole life. You got to understand that. Okay. Like I'm seriously different in my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And everything I do is different. The way I learn is different. The way I see things is different. And when I see someone getting picked on because they're different, it just makes me snap and I just go. And like I don't always have to beat up these people. I just have to say something to them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And usually it'd be fine. But if they swing on me, I'm swinging back. And then they're not bullying anybody ever again.
Well, the only time I've ever gotten in fights are outside of school because I have a pretty clean record in school and I don't want to
Yeah, you don't
mess
want to
all of
ruin
that up.
that. No, no, you don't
Yeah,
want to ruin
so,
that.
but I also do not like when people pick on people for being different. It's not right.
Listen, the world is made up of all types of people. We need those different people. That's how I look at it. We need
Mm-hmm.
normal people. We need crazy people. We need different people. We need odd people. We need chill people. We need Zen people. We need it all. That's what makes this great world is that we're all different in some
Mm-hmm.
way or another. We may be categories in something, but we still need all those people.
Mm-hmm. Good. They're at the school right now. Good. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
it really does suck when that happens. So man, like
Yeah.
you know, I've seen too many kids get hit for no reason just for looking different. You know, and meanwhile, if they were to go get to know that kid, they would have known that they have the same interests. They have the same opinions. Everything. Holden says.
And it is okay to be different. Nothing wrong with that at all.
So I got to ask you questions since you want to become a veterinarian.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. So what kind of vet are you going to be? Are you going to be like a city vet, or are you going to move out to the county and become like a farming vet?
Well, I'm planning on being a city vet because I'm planning on doing stuff with mainly household pets,
Yeah.
but I um I am studying a different some exotic animals right now too, but my main career is to go into household pets. So,
Are you going to have to pop the pimples off of those lizards?
maybe, I don't know.
I've seen that. That's so weird. Bricky. Welcome, welcome, Bricky. But yeah, like I've seen videos of that, and like I didn't even know that they get those things.
Mhm.
I know they're not pimples; they're like their skin or something that didn't shed or whatever, right? Something like that.
Yes.
But
Yes, it is loose skin that wasn't able to shed. It is a bit like Lloyd. Is that a compliment?
I don't know who Lloyd is. Well, Subway dude, just know this, man. Karma always gets people in the end. The universe always does. Maybe that's why I've had so much trouble in my adult life is because I did so much wrong in my youth.
Mhm.
But like I grew up in a time where sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt me. And then I come into
Yep.
my adult years, and all these kids are killing themselves because of name calling. And
Yes.
and you
It's
look at these kids, and you think if you were in my grade school, you wouldn't have had no problems at all. There's nothing wrong with the way you look, you know. Even if you were a total weirdo, you still would have been fine. Like I
mhm.
don't get it.
I don't either. People just I don't know, man. It sucks that people are doing it, but people are getting really soft. Does it make it right? No, but
No.
it still sucks.
Ed Bricks Productions, how's it going, buddy? Bro, we already got 18 likes and it's only 30 minutes into the stream. What's
Wow.
going on? We have 13 people viewing too. That's
Wow.
awesome. And we guess what? We only need 68 more subscribers and I'll have my 1,000.
Wow.
And I wanted to show everybody my analytics because it doesn't make any sense. So when I go on analytics on the app,
Hmm.
it's saying that I only have 3,800 and something hours. But if I go on the actual web page, it says I got over 5,000 hours. So I don't know what's going on.
That is weird.
It's
Have
like
you
it's a week
tried
behind or
reaching out
something. I
to?
don't know. Yeah,
Have you
I
reaching out to
emailed
YouTube?
them.
You emailed
Yeah,
them, okay?
yeah, I emailed them, but they never got back to me.
Huh.
But I'm wondering if that's going to affect when I do get that 1,000, if I'm going to have the watch hours or not now.
Uh huh.
So what you're saying is that every December I have to start over? Is
Yeah,
that
that
what,
is.
what that don't make no sense, man.
Huh. It only counts from the last year.
Yeah, but
Huh.
I started in um what was it? September.
Mm.
Hmm. I know it's hard to explain because it doesn't make any sense. Plus, I have over like 1,500 hours that I can't use because someone flagged my videos. We're here talking to you guys and talking to each other. That's what's up, Skywalker.
Hello, Skywalker. Welcome.
You fell off. I'm missing something.
Huh.
What am I missing?
I have no idea.
I went back and I don't see anything. Okay, you make a video on your third. Won't count anymore. You make. Oh, okay, I get it, but I've only been on 6 months. It'll be 6 months on the 11th of next month.
6 months and you're already this big. Wow.
Well, let me just explain something because I've already gone through it with my other channel, right?
Mm.
I kind of had a platform down already for success, right? On
Mm.
getting views. And I know from the experience from that channel how many views I would get per video if I did it the same way. So I made that formula happen again, right?
Mm.
And that's what counts. But as soon as I got to go live, that was a game changer, right? Because um, I hate that I can't go live on my Transformers channel. I cannot,
Mm.
right? Because no one watches. Nobody watches. And it doesn't make any sense because I got like almost 1,400 subscribers on that channel. But when I go
Yeah.
live, it doesn't work. And I noticed that, because I'm better at live than I am at doing videos, right?
Yeah.
It's taken me 2+ years to get 250 subs. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. And if you want to beat the algorithm, you have to stream or do videos every single day. That's the only way to beat the algorithm. You force the algorithm that way. That's what it's called, forcing the algorithm.
I also figured out you can't post multiple videos a day because
No.
some of them will just not get views. So,
Not even a little bit. Like, look, I posted 8 videos, eight short videos the other day for my Transformers channel, 8 of them,
uh,
and only one of them got 250 views. I'm used to them all getting like 250 views or more.
mhm,
But I've yet still have not had a viral video ever out of any of the channels that I've ever done. It's not happening. And I accept that.
mm. The most
Yeah.
views I've had on a video was about 14,000, I think, but I still wouldn't even really call that viral. It was
No.
just
Viral means a
luck.
million or more, right?
Yeah.
Especially for YouTube. Millie, what's going on? But no, I don't expect any of my videos to go viral, to be honest with you, because I'm not trying to make them viral. Like, you can trick and do all these things to make them go viral, but I don't do that.
Mhm.
So viral video on YouTube has to be a million views or more. It has to be. On other platforms, it's a little bit different. Okay, like 25K for like stuff like TikTok and Twitter and all that. You know, Facebook even. You know, that'll jumpstart those channels. But on YouTube, your channel doesn't get jumpstarted unless you got a million views on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like YouTube for fun too, but it's a great place to have a community.
Very, very good place. Oh,
Yeah,
Skywalker's
that's
going on vacation.
and you're not taking us. What the hell? You know, the only vacation I had was okay. So the only vacation I do have is when I go to TFCon, and I go almost every year.
Mm,
But there's no way I can afford to this year because the hotel alone is $570 a night, and I got to be there for 4 nights.
wow.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't afford that. Plus, the
No.
tickets are almost $200, and then
Jeez.
if I want a booth, that's another like $700.
Wow.
Like, I can't afford that, and it's like, to me, I look at it as I have one of the biggest collections in Canada, and I'm nobody in the Transformers world.
Subway dude. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Not right now, but
What do you say?
said face reveal.
Oh, face reveals aren't that important, bro. You can hear his voice. They just want to run into you in public. That's what it is. They're like, hey, if I see their face, maybe I can run into them in public. Well, this world is huge, bro.
Definitely. We're probably not even in the same state or country. So,
Yeah. All I know is I do wish this channel would get big enough, but not too quick. But one day big enough where I can actually buy an RV and go and just hang out with everybody that's part of the community. Just go visit everybody. But even right now, Canada, people from Canada will not travel to the United States because of what they're doing. Who is this ICE people? Who are these ICE people that are detaining us Canadians right now?
yeah. I
Like,
do live in America, Subway, but that's all I'm going to tell you.
like how many people in America have family in Canada? How many people in Canada have family in the United States? We're talking about half our population or more. Like actual family, blood family. Like, why is this happening? I don't get it, man. We don't hold American citizens when they come over here. We don't stop
Oh,
the trucks and
mm.
detain them for days.
Honey Mustard is in the stream.
Hmm. That's a good question. Family is not what it used to be. Gone are the days of the nuclear family. You have a name, Epic
I know
Bozo.
you have a name, Epic.
Poor Epic. It should be Epic Honey Mustard Bozo.
Yes, this is your new name now.
I told him, I said, if I ever become rich, I'm going to buy him a pool full of honey mustard.
Who'll eat it all?
I'm throwing in a minute. For all the times that he said honey mustard, I'm throwing his ass in there.
See, I need to catch up
Flash
with chat over.
animation. What's flash animation?
I think that's an editing platform, maybe.
Thanks, Lego Dude 24.
Wow, he actually changed his username.
Epic Honey Mustard Bozo. That's epic. For real. Now you truly earned the epic name.
Yes, he did.
Well, I don't know how long we're going to be on Little Lego. That's up to Jay.
It really depends on. Really depends. If anything comes up and I have to go,
Yeah, no problem. I understand what it's like to be in school.
luckily, the weekend, and I can finally get some sleep.
Yeah. Well, that's why I stream at noon, right? Because I spend the rest of the day catching up on housework and tiring myself out so I can go to bed early.
Hmm.
But when your hands are constantly swollen up like freaking balloons, it's hard to do stuff, man. And it's just really getting to me. Like,
Oh no.
like I want to do more, but it's every time I do more, I end up hurting myself, and then I'm suffering in pain. And when I'm in pain, it's not like, oh, I stubbed my toe and it throbs for a little bit and it goes away. No, if I even just stub my toe because of the nerve damage in my feet, it's a week of that pain. If I
Wow.
twist my back because it's always stiff, I can't move. I'm laying in bed, but I've been coming on here for the last 3 weeks in agony, but I'm still coming on because I can't stop. I'm like, I don't want to say I'm addicted to coming on for the peace and the great times that I have on these chats, but I kind of am, you know. Oh, don't worry, brother. Listen, pain I can deal with. It's losing myself that I'm having a hard time with, right? Like things that you take for granted that you can do every day, and now you can't. Really sucks.
Yes. Oh, Epic is gonna go eat some chicken with honey mustard.
Well, there you go. I'd rather just have the honey.
Me too.
Like people, you go to Chinese restaurants and you get the lemon chicken and stuff like that most of the time,
Uh huh.
or the orange chicken or whatever you want. When
Mm,
I make when I do lemon chicken at home, I always add some honey to it. Always.
yes.
But I'd rather have honey garlic on chicken than honey mustard.
I love honey garlic. Oh my god, you're making me hungry.
Bro, I make everybody hungry because, to believe it or not, I am a really good cook. And the sad part is that I cook so basic that people aren't used to having 4 or 5 flavors in their meal, that they're expecting all these like millions of flavors inside their meal, that they forget what food really tastes like.
Mm,
And they don't get how good it really is. Like I trick my friends. I used to trick them all the time and be like, "Oh yeah, I've marinated the steaks for 24 hours already." And then I put them on the grill. I didn't marinate them at all. Not even a little bit. I just put some salt on there, you know?
mhm.
And then I feed them the meat and they're like, "Oh, this is the best tasting meat ever. What ingredients did you use?" And when I say none, they're like, "You're full of shit." I'm like, "This is what meat really tastes like. We have been bombarding ourselves with all these flavors when it already has a flavor."
Yes, there's just so much artificial flavors in foods now.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what real food tastes like.
What do you want, Epic? I didn't see what you said.
Oh, he said
Explain myself.
he said you said something bad about honey mustard.
Oh, who? Did he mean Epic?
I think
Who's
he did.
else? Yeah, just light salt. That's all meat really needs. Unless it's wild game, then you don't want to add any salt. I don't think you should add salt to wild game. It's got enough in it.
I like pepper on my steak, salt and pepper.
Yeah. Well,
That's
that
all I need.
and I honestly hate this when people put salt and pepper in every recipe that they have. When salt and pepper to me is and will always be a table garnish.
Hmm.
It's like um Parmesan cheese. If I want that on my pasta, I'll put it on my pasta. You don't have to put it in there because some people don't like it. I don't eat fish. I don't eat anything from the sea. I'm horrible.
I don't like seafood either.
Look, if I eat anything from the sea, it's going to be that captain's whatever fish. Like I don't even know. They're not even fish sticks. They're like just pieces of fish, but they're only like 2 inches long or wide and like 3 inches long, breaded.
Hmm.
But they have to be like cooked right through. And not only do they have to be cooked right through, but I got to smother that shit in ketchup so I don't taste the fish.
Yeah, I don't like the taste of fish either. The only fish that I really eat is tuna, and that's about it. That's
Yeah,
about all I do.
bro, I've been watching this show with these guys torpedoing tuna in the sea and getting like $5,000 per tuna. And I'm like, I want to build a sub that shoots harpoons and shocks these fish, and I'll just drag them in.
Yeah, Jesus, that's a lot of money for a tuna. Wow.
Dude, these guys are making like 100 grand for a couple months of just going
Wow.
out there and harpooning tuna. And there's other guys that just do it fishing. But every time they catch a tuna, it takes them like 4 or 5 hours to reel it in. But these
Yeah.
harpoon guys, they harpoon them and then they shock them, so it's immediate.
Yeah. Now, fishing for tuna is hard because they are strong fish.
Well, that's why they shock them, right?
Yeah.
You want to see what I'm going to be making?
Yes. Let's
You
see.
guys probably got this in the States too, but um, I get these things right here.
Mm.
And what I do is I'll cook it up and then I'll get a couple cans of gravy, some potatoes, some corn, some carrots, and I'll just make a mini stew out of that.
Oh, wow.
But when they're on sale, like this was only $5. If I went and bought an actual roast this size, I'd be charged like $20.
Mm.
Like I was just literally in the grocery store and I seen meat and it was, I don't know, I think it was lamb chop. I don't know if it was lamb chops. It was something on the bone, but it wasn't pork or beef. And it was $33, and it was in a little package about this big. And I'm like, no, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. Like ground beef
Yeah,
that was $5 3 months ago is now $10 for the same amount. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
yeah, it's not fun. Everything is just inflation is hitting everything.
Well, that's why I want to get like a piece of land, you know, um, where I can have my own chickens. Because I eat a lot of eggs, but they're getting expensive too.
They
And
are, yes,
and like
very.
maybe get a cow. I don't know. I
Hmm.
don't know. But I hear if you have a cow, you need to have a bull, or it won't produce milk. I have to look into it. I'm not a farmer, but I'd be happy to take care of animals if they're gonna supply me with food.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, definitely.
But my whole thing was this: I had it all planned out before my accident. I was gonna have a fish farm that was gonna feed my hydroponic garden. My garden was gonna feed bees, and I would be able to sell my vegetables, my honey, and my fish. But I don't know if I could even take care of that with how my body is now.
Yeah,
But
it's a lot of work.
I know this for a fact. No matter what, I'm going to have a bee farm one day because honey is gold. Like, it is literally gold. Depending on what you feed your bees, like people specialize in specialized honey now where they only feed their bees lavender
Hmm.
or like um what are they, daisies, things like that, where that's all that bee gets to eat. Doesn't get to pollinate from a million different plants.
Yeah, I love the natural honey that bees produce too. A lot of people don't know what natural honey tastes like because
No.
there's so many artificial honey that is sold and just put in ingredients. Nobody really knows what natural honey tastes like, and it's really good.
Look, so Lego Dude says it's true, never too old. You need a bull and a cow to get the milk. See? Well, Lego Dude, come and live with me on my land, and you can handle the animals for me.
He can tell you about it. I'm not. I don't know much about farm animals. More
You bet.
domestic animals. I don't know a lot about farm animals.
You know what I don't understand is why they don't. Why when you get pickles, why don't they have jars big enough where it's a full size cucumber that they turn into a pickle? It's too far. I'm in the UK. It's okay, Lego Dude. I might be moving to the UK. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you right now, if Canada becomes a part of America, I can't stay. I can't.
I would love to visit the UK. I would
Well, here's the
love to
reason
visit.
why is because I'm on Canadian disability. Okay.
Mhm.
I can't work ever again. Okay. They pay for my medication, which is $3,100 a month. I cannot get off this disability until I can pay $3,100 a month, plus my rent, plus my food, plus my expenses. Right.
Mhm.
That's a lot of money that I need to live off of for a month if I do that. So if the United States becomes Canada or Canada becomes the United States, there goes our health care.
Mhm.
1000%. There will be no more free health care.
Nope.
And it's not like it's free. People get that wrong. Canadian healthcare is not free.
No.
Okay. You have to pay into certain places to get your prescriptions cheap. If not, you're paying out the ass.
Mhm.
The only thing that's free is when you go in the hospital, you see the doctor and they treat you. That's free. But it's not really free because your taxpayers' dollars pay for that. And the Canadian government pays them doctors. That's how it works. Well, you know how many Americans now are saying, um, what is Trump thinking? Now I want to become a Canadian. I don't even want to be American anymore.
Yeah.
And I keep repeating this, and I don't like repeating this, but just think about this. America was formed through a war to free themselves from the tyranny of the UK.
Hmm.
Now, if you ask me, a country that freed themselves should be the leader of the world in freedom. And look at every time the United States government steps their foot in another country, they have an alternative motive to steal somebody's resources.
Yup.
How is that freedom?
It is not. That is not freedom.
Like I keep on saying, United States should be more humanitarians than Canada is. Period. Because of that fact alone that
Hmm.
they freed themselves.
Yep.
You know, Canada and the United States went to war because they wanted us to have slaves, and we said no.
Wow. Really? I did not know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Wow.
And even back then, we were outnumbered 20-1, and we still kept you guys from invading our country. Well, all the presidents now are dictators and liars. Listen, I don't vote because every time I vote, the person that I vote for promises everything and delivers absolutely nothing. And that goes for every, like, Canada watches more United States TV than Canada TV. That's the truth. And we see how it works in the United States, and we're like, what the hell's going on? You promised
Hmm.
all this and nothing happened. Like Obamacare was supposed to be your way of getting out to have a Canadian style system where your taxes paid for your doctors so you didn't have to pay for them anymore. Look how fast that blew up. Like, I can't even believe that. And you know what it was about? Pharmaceutical companies paying off the government saying, no, we can't have this. We'll go out of business if you do this. Well,
Hmm.
you know what? You shouldn't be in your business to make a huge profit. You should just be in it to make a profit.
Exactly.
If it makes a huge profit, good for you. But business should not be in it to make a huge profit. It should just be there to make a profit.
Yes, it should. What battle packs did you buy, Skywalker?
Okay, what's a battle pack?
Um, so it is something Lego Star Wars does where you can get a ton of the same minifigures to build an army,
Oh, okay.
and
I've seen that.
they're sets that are meant to buy multiples of. So I have a few of them.
Alexandra, are you leaving? It doesn't even say. She doesn't say.
Wow, Skywalker. I have like right now four of the clone trooper versus battle droid battle packs, but I want to get more because of the clone troopers in them. $240. Jesus.
Wow. See, and like I am legit being an advocate for non-Lego stuff because look at all the cool stuff that I have gotten that Lego has made, and people are still tuning in and watching.
Hmm.
And yeah, I get it. It's because of our community's awesome. I get that. I really do. But they are still coming because of the weird Legos that I'm putting up.
And it's a lot of the alternate Lego companies also just sell the same sets for like just cheaper prices and more affordable for people, and it's the same thing.
Yep. Like that. Okay, so the Dune flying ship, I don't know what it's called, the helicopter thing.
Hmm.
That was like $250 Canadian, and I got it on AliExpress for $30.
Hmm.
It
And
was
the
the same
big
thing.
thing that makes the Lego sets so expensive is just the minifigures. Like, they'll have a set that's worth $40 but priced it at $80 because there's a minifigure in there that people want.
See, I kind of disagree with that a little bit. I think it's more of this. Because it's Star Wars, they need to make their dollar. Okay. Because
Mhm,
they have to license out that name. They have to
mhm.
license out the imaging. So automatically Lego's gonna charge you double the price for that set because they have to pay off Disney, right?
Yes,
And
you're
I
right.
don't think there should be bylaws for about using someone's stuff where they cannot gouge and rip you off like that because it's just a name. Who gives a shit? And in the bottom line, who cares?
Exactly. I 100% agree with that.
And if you
I
don't want
agree
other
with that.
people promoting your stuff and giving you more attention because that's worth more than any dollar that you'll ever have, um, then guess what? Make your own stuff.
Exactly. You, geez, we have 23 likes right now.
Friday's usually good though, so that's a that we appreciate that, guys. But we have 9 people, 10 people continuously watching, so that's good. Well, you know that big dinosaur thing that they got now? I don't know how much it is. I haven't seen it yet in
Uh-huh.
any of the stores. Some people probably seen it in their stores across the UK or in America, but it's probably what like $200 or more.
Yes, it's I think either 200 or 150.
Yeah. So now I just seen on AliExpress they got the same one. Guess how much it is?
Hmm,
$50.
$50. Wow. And it's the same thing.
Same thing.
JDP.
Yeah, I got interrupted when I was on his stream today. I was watching him, and next thing I know, I got the door knocking, and yeah, it was someone I wasn't expecting, and had to go outside and talk to them for about an hour. By the time I got back, JDP was done.
Yeah,
But yeah, we're gonna have to set something up where at least 6 of us can get on a stream together.
that would be nice. That would.
Uh, it was a little hectic yesterday on Little Legos channel there because um, some of us were lagging and
Mhm.
we kept on interrupting people.
Yeah,
So we got to figure something out.
maybe we can schedule something where I'm not as tired.
Yeah. Well, it's all
Cause,
right, man.
cause you can probably hear it in my voice. I,
Oh yeah. But you know, it's just a fun hangout. We same thing we do every day. The only
yes,
difference
it
is
is. And that's
I'm
all that
not
matters.
I'm not building bricks right now because my hands are bad. Like, can you
Oh,
see the wrinkles in my hands? Like these
yes.
weird things here? That's
Hmm.
because my skin is stretching.
Oh,
All right, Holdens. Me and JDP had the exact same idea. Get in an RV and just travel and do Lego.
that sounds like a fun idea, though. I'd love to do something like that. Just travel around, see.
Me
I
too,
would
but
just like,
now I'm scared to go. Hey Monty, but I'm scared to go across the border because of this ice thing.
yeah.
Like that's scary, man. You go across the border and you get detained for 3 weeks without even being told why you're being detained, and
Hmm.
then they just let you go. Like what's that
Exactly.
about?
I yeah. I don't know. I would still love to just travel the world, though. I just love to see more of the world out there. I've never really traveled anywhere outside of the US, so I don't.
Well, I'll tell you this. You you think your national parks are beautiful, right?
Yeah, we have some good ones.
Yeah. Think about this. Canadian people don't even go to ours and they're never touched at all.
Hmm.
So when Americans come and they go to see our land and stuff like that, I've heard it a million times. You know, I'm a border city. They come and go through my city. They've been sitting in my chair for years and years and years. When they see our land, it's like virgin ground. It's like they're the first people to ever step on it.
Grumpy.
Hey, Grumpy. How's it going, buddy? I love Grumpy shows. But I think it's funny when his daughter gets, I can hear his daughter in the background and then I can call her a daywalker. Ever since that South Park episode, every person that's ginger is now a daywalker. Don't get me wrong, I got some ginger friends, but you know, I still I bust their chesticles or balls and say daywalker. And yes, for all you people out there, chesticles is the female version of busting a guy's balls. But since they don't have balls, I say chesticles.
There we go. Ooh, brick convention.
Lucky.
Very lucky.
See, everything for me is 4 hours away.
Mm,
Like if I want to go to a Transformers convention, it's 4 hours away. If I want to go to a
jeez.
Lego convention, it's 4 hours away. And it's nothing like what you guys have in the
Yeah.
States or in the UK. You know, it is like that in other parts of Canada. I know that, but not here in Ontario. Okay.
Mm,
When a convention goes to Toronto, it's 40,000 people throughout the whole week. If it's in Montreal or something, it's like 200,000 people in the weekend. You know, it's a huge difference.
yes. Yeah. I've
And we
only
don't
ever
get
been to one brick convention, but they are very packed. I will say that.
Grumpy's like, not only is she ginger, but she's half black too. That still makes her a daywalker.
He's not gonna let that go. She's a daywalker.
Blame South Park. Look, if they can blame Canada for everything, I can blame them for making me say daywalker. Oh, you're so lucky. What? Who's lucky? Oh, because of the
Oh,
convention.
grumpy because he's going to the
Yeah.
convention. I I've not been to a convention in a while though. I would love to go to another one, but I have social anxiety and I don't like being around that much people. So
Okay. Can I give you some advice about social anxiety, bro?
go for
I
it.
know you probably heard this a million times, right? People tell you, "Oh, it's in your all in your head. It's all in your head. It's all in your head." Right?
Hmm. Hmm.
That's bullshit.
Hmm.
Okay, the feeling that you get, your skin crawling, the out of breath, the panic attacks, no thoughts that are in your head except for fuck, I don't want this to be happening.
Hmm.
Okay. I was born with social anxiety disorder and agoraphobia. And I had a rough time my whole childhood because of throwing up all the time.
Hmm.
So in my adult life, I got a stress pet and I took it everywhere with me. And eventually I would leave it at home and take short trips to run into Walmart real quick and back and see how I do. But the throwing up stopped because I had that stress pet. It wasn't like a normal pet, right? It's
Hmm.
not like
Hmm.
my ISIS here, right? This thing was there for me to pet, to calm down, right?
Yeah.
And I just took baby steps, right? And
Mm.
the biggest problem is when you have anxiety, the best thing for you to do, no matter where you're at, especially indoors, keep your eye on the door. It makes you feel safer. It
Mm.
calms it down because you know you
Mm.
can get to that exit if you
Yep.
really need to. That's just how I dealt with mine. It might not work for you, but look at the door. Always be able to see the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try that. See how that works out. I do have a lot of pets, though. I will say I have two dogs, both Boston Terriers. They're both about a year, almost 2 years in December, and I have six bearded dragons,
Oh
which
wow.
are for people who don't know, they are a type of lizard that are found in the deserts. They're a lot, but I have six of them, and I also have an African sulcata tortoise, which is very young right now. Is still a baby, so but
Well, they
I
live
have a good
hundreds of
amount of.
years, don't they?
Yes, they do. They can outlive their owners. Most sulcata tortoises can live up to about 104 years, I think.
Yeah. Same with
So
parrots.
yes, parrots can live up to, I think, 40 years for up to parrots. They can live a long time too.
Yeah. So why don't you try getting one of your pets registered and take it with you wherever you go?
I could
But you
try
gotta.
that.
But what you got to do is this, though, man. You got to make sure no one's touching your pet all the time. Now you got to train that pet to be yours and yours alone. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it kind of sucks for the animal, but if you can get over it and you start feeling better and more confident, right? Because
Mm,
confidence plays a big key in it, right?
mm-hmm.
If you can get that confidence back with your strep pet and start not bringing it out, bring it and half the time you're bringing it, half the time you're not. You know, I'm telling you, man, it makes a world of difference.
Yeah. Grumpy.
Oh, grumpy, I would do the same thing if I had kids. You broke my Transformers. Now you're gonna pay. I just bought 12 parrots, kids. Alexandra, come and get Isis.
I'll come get her.
She's adorable, but like I said, she's on me like glue all the time. I'm not used
Yeah.
to it. I'm not used to it at all.
Cats are one of the very, very loyal pets. Very loyal pets.
My American bobtail, I'd bring her into PetSmart and I'd walk her on a leash. Like I said, I walk her on a leash. And
Oh, wow.
Doberman pinchers would get a whiff of her and they would start backing up, whimpering, and pissing themselves. Rottweilers, same thing. Bulldogs, same thing. Any big dog was scared of my cat, but the little
Wow.
ones were not scared, and they come up to her thinking she was a dog at first until they realized she was a cat, and then they would try to sniff her butt. My cat would not have none of that. My cat hit so hard that it felt like it sounded like someone clapping.
Wow.
Like her paws were double the size of any cat's. But when she swatted you, you felt it.
I um I had a cat. Um well, it was my grandparents' cat, and it every time I was over there, it would like wait on the counter for me to walk by, and every time I would, it would just smack me in my head.
Well, that's dominance, right?
Yes.
So, believe it or not, cats bond with you more if you have something they can lay on that's exactly your eye height.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I found that trick out, my cat became so obedient it wasn't even funny. I wouldn't have
Oh
to.
yeah.
All I'd have to do is say Sheba, And wherever she was in the house, you could hear her jump down and kick stuff over because she's such a big cat, right? And she'd come and running. And if I said,
Wow.
Sheba, walk, she'd be at the front door.
That's a really good trained cat, actually. That's
It was
wow.
because we met eye to eye, I think. I think everything changed that day when we
Mhm.
now could be eye to eye. She didn't feel threatened anymore, ever again.
No,
I used to have to,
that's really good training for a cat. A lot of
I used,
cats are not like that. That is really good.
well, I used to have to put the vest on her for the walks, right?
Mm,
Before that, it was a hassle. After that, she would just sit there at the front door, staring at the front door, waiting to go.
wow.
So a snail is the best pet. They're pocket sized and they chill all day. And they also get you all slimy.
Yes, they do. I used to go outside all the time and just catch slugs because why not? But my mom didn't like it because I would come in with my hands all slimy. So,
But listen to this. When I was a kid, I had a pet gerbil. And I had
ooh,
this, like, back then, neon stuff was in all in the rage. And that's the jacket I had was neon one. Trust me, if I could have picked out my own jacket, it wouldn't have been all these neon greens and blues and purples and pinks. Uh, but I put the gerbil in my pouch pocket of this jacket, right?
mm,
And I brought it to school. Didn't
oh,
think that the gerbil was going to eat a hole through it to escape.
ee.
So I didn't say nothing to my mom or my dad or my brother or anything, and I went home without the gerbil because it was lost.
Mm,
But luckily, 2 days later, I found it in the courtyard at the school in a corner just by chance, and I brought it
wow.
home. And I was so oblivious, thinking this is my hamster, right?
Mm.
Wasn't my hamster
Oh,
because my hamster was a boy and this one was a girl and it had babies.
oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh yeah, cleaning the birds' cages are a nightmare.
Yes, they are. Jesus, they stain their cages like crazy.
You're getting a cat soon, you don't know what to name it. Hmm. Well, I've always named my cats after princesses or goddesses and stuff like that. Like I had Cleopatra instead of Cleopatra. I had Nefertiti instead of Nefertiti, and I had Sheba and Isis.
That is very creative, actually. Very creative.
Well, you just gotta play on words, right?
Yeah.
Like you just gotta play on the words. Like I don't care what anybody says. CAT is a great name for a cat, and if you slow it down, you're really saying CAT,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
But I had a dog once, and I named it Megatron. It was a nightmare. The dog would not poop outside, and every time I brought it inside, it would poop all over the floor and piss all over the floor.
Oh, yeah.
It was scared of the grass blowing.
Oh, huh.
Yeah. It was a shitty terrier,
Hmm.
like a
Steve
teacup
Skywalker.
terrier. Yeah, Katie Skywalker. It was like a teacup terrier and a Shih Tzu mix. So I called it a shitty terrier. He's gonna go spend time with his cat. Cats are the
They
bomb.
they are. I love cats so much. I want I want
Well,
cats. Steve Skywalker.
My problem is that Isis is hiding right now because someone knocked at the door.
Mm.
She is traumatized living here.
Mm-hmm.
All these noises just freak her out all the time. Lucifer?
Lucifer.
I listen, bro. In my mind, Megatron is way more evil than any devil that is ever made.
Definitely.
Or like, because you got to remember, it was a cartoon and it had restrictions. But a character
Mm-hmm.
like that, if it was real, would have none.
No. No.
I had a dog named Oberon, but I called it Obi because I didn't. My mom named it after Midsummer's Night Dream play, and Oberon was the king of the fairies, and I didn't want my dog to be the king of the fairies, so I called
Yeah.
it Obi, and secretly it was Obi-Wan.
I was just about to say, as soon as you said that, I was. That's the first thing that came to my head, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and then the dog before that I didn't know that long. It was named Snow, but by the time I was like 7, it died. So,
Uh,
but this little
mm,
dog followed me wherever I went. Would even jump on my skateboard. It would hang out with all the kids in the block. Like literally, it was the neighborhood dog. And when my parents got divorced, and we had to move. My
mm,
dad gave it away, and we never seen it again. And that was my experience for dogs until I think I was 29 when I got, no, I was 32 when I got Megatron. I was like, nope,
mm,
don't want them.
mm,
Too much of a hassle after taking care of a cat, right? And
mm.
again, the dog was meant for my cat, not for me.
Yeah.
Yo, we got 25 likes.
Wow.
That's crazy. And we've had consistent like 9 people, 10 people,
Yes, we have.
which is good.
Very
And
good.
everybody's chatting. It's great.
Oh, JDP made it back. We're still streaming.
What's up, buddy? The way he does stuff is smart with the stop motion while he's building.
Mm,
I could never do that. Like, could you imagine me? Like, let's say this is what he was doing, right? Like, okay, so take a picture of the lightsaber like that, and then now I got to put this on and take a
mm,
picture. But could you imagine me doing that without like just grabbing the next piece and just going and going and going? I couldn't do it. I
yeah.
couldn't stop for that long to take a picture. It's just
Yeah.
not in me because I take the picture and I already know I would use this thing, right? And I'd be
Mm.
taking the picture like this. My hand would be in every picture.
I just stop motions for me take so much time and it's just so tedious. Every time I do it, it always ends up just looking clunky anyway. So,
Hey, you know what? I think that's what makes it fun. I don't like seeing a perfect one, to be honest with you, because
mm,
then that means that you know your passion for it is there, but now you're at a whole new level. You shouldn't even be doing it on YouTube. You should be doing it professionally as a job, as a career, if you're that
mm,
good.
mm.
What? Oh, you couldn't find the model car paint. Yeah, I only watched one episode of Doctor Who.
I've never watched Doctor Who.
Most people haven't. I don't know, just something about using a telephone booth to travel through time. And then my
Yeah.
first time ever seeing that was Bill and Ted's, not whatever Doctor Who. So like it always goes back to that was my first impression of it. Even though Doctor Who's
Mm.
older, I've still seen that in Bill and Ted's.
Yeah.
Alexandra got a little bit more lively.
Ooh, she read the books.
Yep.
I love Star Wars comic books. I read a lot of Star Wars comic books. I have a lot that my dad owned when he was younger, and I've read a ton of them. They're awesome. I love Star Wars comic books.
Okay, since you brought it up, I got to say this. So my brother draws um for a lot of companies,
Mm,
right? Upper Deck, Marvel, DC, all these companies, right?
mm,
And he makes these cards, these playing cards, custom playing cards that get randomly put into the decks that they have made, right?
mm,
So just the sketch card of it, not the actual card of it, just a piece of paper that he did the sketch on to get the proportions and layout, right?
mm.
Someone has it on eBay right now for $1,000. They paid him
Wow.
$20, or now it's $25 a card to draw.
Hmm.
Like that's horrible, man.
Yeah.
But my brother draws everything, like Star Wars, Star Trek, um, Lord of the Rings, everything, and then plus every comic book known to man.
Mm.
Like he even does crossovers. Like he drew Homelander fighting Omni Man,
Oh wow.
and it was not a comic book page you want to show to kids because uh, Omni Man literally had his fist through Homelander.
That doesn't surprise me. Omni Man. If you've ever seen the Invincible series, it's bloody, pretty
Oh, I
bloody.
know, I know. I love Invincible, but I also love
I
the
know
boys.
this. Yes. I love the boys too.
To me, they're both great shows.
Very much, yes.
Cole likes Invincible too. Oh, and Indiana Jones. See,
Oh, I
I watched all the Indiana Jones and stuff like that. I get it, right? But
mm,
I couldn't see myself getting more involved than just watching the movies. But
mm,
here's one that I would though is Conan, and I know they got books and comics, but I've never
mm,
read them. Never ever read them. Just haven't gotten to it. And I don't think I ever will. But I love Conan. The idea of Conan.
mm. I have seen the first Indiana Jones movie, but my dad is a big fan of the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
I do want to see a little bit more of it. I might read some books or whatever they have. Because I think the
Number
movie was interesting.
Yeah, the first movie is good, but the second movie is really twisted in my eyes.
Uh-huh.
The third movie is pretty good. And then the fourth movie was, I don't even know, too modern for me. And
Mm,
then they got another one that I haven't watched, and I don't want to watch it. She grew up watching Conan or reading Conan. Nancy Drew. I wanna read the book where the barbarian cuts off two people's heads with one swipe of his sword. If it's different and out there, I really like it, right? And I'll tell you this honestly, right now, I would not be into Transformers as much as I was if my city had a whole bunch of collectors. Because
hmm
I spent my whole life up to a few years ago Not even talking to anybody else that collects Transformers.
What do you think your most valuable Transformer you have? You think?
It's hard to say because it keeps on going from one price to another. And I don't want to say what it is. I really don't, but I'll tell you the price. So I have
Right.
a Transformer right now that is $20,000,
Wow.
but I've seen it up to as high as $50,000.
Wow.
And I would have had a lot more of them if I
Mm.
didn't lose the other ones.
Mm.
But it was original and package.
Seiko.
Deities go like, I could sell my collection and have a better life, but for how long?
Exactly.
It wouldn't be that long because of inflation and prices and things like that. And not to mention, you know how hard it is to have collected since you were a kid and still collect?
And also to just let go of those things too. It's so hard. Yeah.
It is really hard because, you know, you get an attachment to your collection.
Mm-hmm.
You really do. It's this. It's dedication.
Mm-hmm.
It's pride. It's suffering because it is.
Yeah.
You sometimes suffer for your collection,
Yeah. Your
but
wallet
like
does.
it's so rewarding to
It
know
is.
that
It
you
is.
accomplished so much with something
Mm.
you love. you know,
I've been collecting Lego for a long time, and it's just I just love seeing them on display. I don't think I'd ever be able to just let them go or sell any of them. I know what my collection is worth, but I still don't. Even no matter how much, I wouldn't sell it. I wouldn't sell it.
okay. Think about this, bro. I have about over 4,000 Transformers.
Mm.
Think about if I would have started to collect Lego back in the 80s to now, how big my collection would be.
Yeah, it's pretty large.
I think I'd literally be living in a house made out of real Lego.
That would be a dream.
Well, you say dream, but I call it a challenge. And I've already challenged myself to that. If I get big and I'm getting $40,000 checks sent to me every month from YouTube, promise you, I'm building a cabin out of Lego.
That
And,
would be pretty
and
cool.
I'm not saying it has to be the Lego channel that's making me this income. I'm just saying straight up
Yeah.
because I got 3 channels.
Mm.
I haven't done anything with my third channel yet, though.
That's the new channel you made, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
that one.
Ah,
That's my third channel.
while I'm at it, I'll leave a subscribe.
Well, just remember, it's going to be raw, real mean. It's not going to be a play channel. I'm going to talk about issues, a lot of serious issues.
It doesn't bother me.
I'm just letting you know. But, like, this is my piece. But I
Mm.
believe in yang yang lifestyle, which means I need to vent out my frustrations. And you
Mm.
guys see it comes out all the time on here. I rant, but there's so much more in my brain because of everything I have to deal with. You know, I think it'd be healthier for me to let it out than keep it all in.
Mm.
So having that outlet for that channel. you know, that's going to help me mentally and be better in other parts of my life. That's just how I feel.
Oh yeah.
But I have yet to do anything because, to be honest, I'm waiting on what happens with Canada after the election.
Mm.
Because for all I know, the new electee could say, yeah, we're becoming American,
Mm.
right? Or they could say, oh, guess what? We're going to go to trade wars with America.
Oh
Because
yeah.
that's our two options that we have right now.
Mm.
We have a guy that's going to make us American, and we got a guy that's not.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I feel bad because I can promise you this. If Canadians are forced to become American by our government, you're going to have 44 million people living in Florida now.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of.
Because who's going to want to stay if you're now American? You can live in any state you want to, right? Who's
Yeah.
going to stay? No one's going to stay here.
Nope.
And when the American people find out how harsh our climate is and can't deal with it and lose hundreds of thousands of people because of just the cold winters,
Mhm.
they're going to be like, shit. It's harder and costing us more money to get the resources than it ever thought it would.
Yeah, I heard
There's a
Florida
reason
has some
why we don't.
harsh winters.
Yeah, but there's a reason why we don't mine our Canadian shield,
Hmm.
right? There's a reason why, because of the harsh climate, and it's like everywhere you step, there's a jagged rock ready to cut you open and give you an infection. You know,
Mhm.
like so Greenland broke off from Canada. That was a part of the Canadian shield.
Mhm.
Greenland's ice caps are all melting, and what are they finding? Gold, copper, aluminum, zinc, rubies, diamonds, emeralds, uh, cop. Did I say copper? I think it said copper. But copper, steel, everything. It
Mhm.
is jam packed with precious minerals.
Yes, it is.
So, what do you think Canada has when it has 20 times the size of that?
Yeah, that's a gold mine.
Gold, diamond, rubies, emeralds, all the
That.
precious metals, you know, but it's in solid rock. You know how
Yep.
hard that is to mine?
Probably very difficult.
It's probably the hardest type of mining you can do.
Oh, I
I,
believe it.
I can cook an egg by myself since I was 8. Right on, Holdings. You're going to make it, buddy. I
Hmm.
got faith in you now.
I love eggs.
So, have you ever had an egg in a basket?
No.
You want me to teach you how? It's really cool, bro.
Sure.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Right.
Okay. Hopefully, I can get the camera to angle down. Show this. And I don't lose my glasses.
Hmm.
Okay. So, here's your piece of bread, right? So, what you're going to do is this. Sorry, I just got plastic knives. But
Fine.
you're just going to take this center out of this bread.
Mm.
Okay. So, you got Obviously, with a better knife, you can do it better. But anyways, you take the center out of the bread and you butter this side and the other side, and you put it in the frying pan, right? Drop a little butter
Mm.
right here, crack your egg and put it there, right?
Hmm.
So now you have your egg in there, and then you're just gonna flip it over. Now, once you flip it over, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna put this is what I do. I put a piece of cheese and 3 strips of bacon. I get another piece of bread and butter one side, and I put it on top, right? And then I flip it over and cook that side. So all 3 sides are cooked, right? And then I'll just cut it diagonally like that, diagonally like that, and you got eggs in a basket.
JDP, you remind birds in a basket is what I remember it as.
Is that what you remember as?
That's what. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I remembered. Yes.
I come from an English family.
Epic wants to know if you could add honey mustard to
Only if you want a burning butthole.
that.
That's where I'm going to find the hottest honey mustard on the planet and put it in that pool. But like that's modified, right? Because usually it's just the egg in the thing. I modify it and make it like a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
And I break the yolk. So most people don't break the yolk. I break it.
Hmm.
I don't like cooking for something that thick of egg and not making sure it's fully cooked.
Hmm.
You come from an English family too, and they called it birds. They must have been from the richy part of England, or maybe they were from Wales.
Yeah.
Even Wales is a different part of England. Like, who's from England around here? He said he would fill my future honey mustard pool with spicy honey mustard.
I think you'll still swim in it anyway.
He's got no choice. If I have to buy him a honey mustard pool, I'm throwing his ass in. I don't even care. He will go in, even if I have to hog tie you and carry you in. I don't care.
Cannonball.
Yep. It'll forever be on my channel as I ended Epic from ever saying honey mustard ever again because he drowned in his own honey mustard. Not
he
really
ate.
drowned, but you know.
He ate too much honey mustard.
Yeah. He burnt all of his insides from his esophagus to his butthole. He cannot survive. He ate too much honey mustard. No, not every stream goes viral. I've seen so many better videos on YouTube than viral videos, and they will never go viral. It's all up to this stupid algorithm bullshit that doesn't make any sense. It's not true. How can you take opinions of I'm not trying to be mean, but just think about this. How can you take opinions of a billion stupid people and ignore the what millions of smarter people?
There's videos out there that I've seen and that have been really, really great, but they just don't get the views or likes that they deserve.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
there's videos that are just stupid that just get thousands and thousands of likes, and
it's like this, Tristan, okay? Just by meeting him the first time, seeing his videos for the first time, he's got it.
hmm
He's got the it. Don't care what anybody else says about my opinion on this. I know that he's got the it. I see it. I feel it. I know it. You know, he is going to
Mhm.
become big if he pursues and keeps doing what he's doing. And me, I'll always be a grinder and I don't care. I like grinding. It gives me something to do, right?
Mhm.
Like, there ain't much I can do in this world anymore. The world won't let me. So,
Gives you something to look forward to too.
yeah. So, like, I get to hang out with all you awesome people. I get to do therapy on my poor hands that have needed it for so long, it's not even funny. I get to bring back focus back into my brain.
Mhm.
It's not all over the place and foggy and making me forget as much as I used to, you know? And I don't, and like I said, the only thing I care about is getting that 1,000 so that YouTube starts paying me, right? I want them to pay me so I can do stuff for you guys. You know what I mean? I don't give a
Yeah.
shit about getting a paycheck from them off this channel. This is my peace channel.
Yeah.
If I, like I said, if I want to make a paycheck, it'll be through either my Transformers channel or my other channel,
Mhm.
you know? And even if those don't make it, I don't care. I'm still going to do them. But the odds go up the more channels you got, right? It's like playing the lottery. And
Yep.
look, I know a lot of people will like me. I know a lot of people won't like me. But I'm just hoping it's more like me than not like me, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe one of these channels will go. And if it does, this channel's gonna benefit like crazy. I don't even care. Like I
Mhm.
already feel like I owe everybody so much already. I feel bad that I can't just give everybody something. Like seriously.
Well, we're here to support you as much as you are here to support us. So.
Uh, and that's why I think it's awesome that Tristan made that Discord brick therapy that everybody shares. Like I know everybody's got their own as well, but you know, it's cool that brick therapy is there for everybody
Mhm.
because it is a hard world. Like, you know, things they ask you to do, you're not prepared for because you weren't taught previously. It
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. Where's the in between teachings? It gets harder and harder through life. You know, some jobs, like you get thrown in and they're like, okay, do this. And they show you once and take off. And you're like,
Mhm.
what?
Yeah.
It's like absolutely nuts. And here's the worst part you can't even be good at a job because of quotas. I've worked in factories where I did 3 times as much as a normal person would on a shift. And they fired me because I was screwing up the quota.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but that's the type of person I want to hire and keep forever.
Yeah.
If I hired somebody, it's never happened, but if I hired someone in a tattoo shop, I'd want the guy that's there early, cleaning the shop, staying late, you know,
Mhm.
being efficient with the customers, solid with his work, you know. I don't want the guy that comes in 3 hours late and I had to take his tattoo and do it because, you know, I don't want the person feeling bad when I'm supposed to be, you know, doing my appointments,
Exactly.
you know. But it's happened to me more than once, and it's like, thanks,
Yeah.
you wasted my time. Now I got to find another job.
Exactly.
What's your age? I'm never going to remember everybody's age.
Hmm.
I know he's already said so, but I just don't remember. I can't believe he changed his name. It should be Bozo, the epic honey mustard bandit.
Now he's gonna change it to that too.
I think. I'm kind of shocked that I got such a wide age of audience. It does say on my analytics from 13 to like 80.
Yeah, but a lot of the accounts that say 80 are just fake age just because a lot of people like to oop,
I'm still here.
oh, there you go. A lot of people like to just put a random age on YouTube.
Yeah, Holden's 13. Listen, I watched the cartoon when I was like 7. That was just as gory and bloody as um, Invincible, and that spawned my love and passion for special effects makeup.
Hmm.
And I still want to do the Lego Fat Guy, but it's been so long since I posted about it, and I packed him away somewhere, and I packed away all the thermoplastic and everything. So now I got to go dig that out somewhere. All I know is if I make a fat guy Lego body and put it on Lego, I hope everybody goes and votes for Lego to make fat body people so they don't body shame anymore.
That would be cool.
Like I've always considered myself a fat guy because of my weight and size, but no one's ever really called me fat. They're like, "You're a big guy," you know. But to me, it's
Hmm.
still I think of it as fat. When you're 275 pounds and 6'2", you know, you don't feel light. You feel fat. Even if you're all muscle, you still feel fat.
Yeah.
Shadow, what's up? Shadow's on. Oh, we got 26 likes.
Wow.
Yeah. So what's the agenda for the weekend?
Catching up on sleep, but I do have a Lego Star Wars set that I need to rebuild because fell off of my shelf sadly. So that's
See
fun.
that's just telling you right now you need to get a cat. It'll chase
Yeah.
away the ghost, and the cat will be the one knocking your stuff over. But at
Yeah.
least you'll know it's the cat, not a ghost.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't really have too much I need to do. I mean, other than work, but
What are you doing for work? You're working too. So what are you doing?
well, I'm not really working yet, but I'm going to soon. I'm planning on working at a Petco soon, but right now I'm volunteering at a animal shelter. So
Oh, that's cool. Okay,
that
so
is what I do for now.
I gotta ask:
Hmm.
have you ever seen a monkey in there yet?
No,
Because it may sound strange, but I've heard a lot of stories that there's a lot of monkeys in the United States that people don't know about.
there probably are. I wouldn't doubt that. The zoos have a ton of monkeys though.
Oh yeah, I know. I went to the Detroit Zoo once. I was terrified. I'll tell you that right now. There's something about an animal with an all black eye that just creeps me out.
So do goats' eyes because they have the rectangle pupils.
Yes. Isn't that so weird?
They're creepy looking. Goats and sheep have those rectangle pupils, and they're creepy.
I don't know if everybody left because of that glitch, but no one's talking now. But that's okay because what we've been streaming about 2 hours now.
Yep.
I think we can cut it and we can do this again sometime whenever you want to.
All right. Sounds good with me.
Maybe we'll do what me and JDP and X Knight did. We'll get the same set and we'll build the same set on camera.
All right. I'm good with that.
All right. Well, I won't be going to any stores for about 2-3 weeks though. Just letting you know. So I don't know what's new and out there, but usually I like doing the 3-in-1 sets. Do you like those ones?
Yes.
All right. We'll find something that's 3-in-1.
All right.
But everybody, thank Jay for coming on. It was awesome. We had a good hangout. And again, you guys were all awesome. And yeah. You gotta say anything, Jay?
Other than thank you for having me, it was a pleasure. And I continue to just look forward to your future streams. So thank you for having me here.
No problem, buddy. All right, everybody. Like always, this is Never Too Old for Lego saying,
Keep playing.
yeah. Until next time.